Hi everybody, this is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. I've got some quick ideas and tips for you for using oats. First of all, for a really delicious and hearty breakfast that's going to hold you, try a bowl of hot oatmeal. Add some of your favorite nuts and cut up fruit to it. If you want to put some milk on there, put some milk or a little sweetener, whatever you need to make it right for you, and you'll have a delicious breakfast that's going to hold you for a good while. When you're making a baked good that normally calls for wheat flour, you can substitute up to about a fourth of that, 25% of that wheat flour with oat flour, and that'll give it a real nutritional boost and a flavor enhancer as well. Do you need some oat flour and you have not found any in the store? Well, you can easily make your own oat flour just by putting some oats in a blender, a food processor, a coffee grinder, anything that you've got, and pulse it, and those oats will grind up, and just do it until it's good and fine, and you'll have oat flour ready to go. Do you need to thicken a soup or stew and you don't have any cornstarch or any other type of starch that you want to add to it? You can add oats to that soup or stew as a thickener, whether it's oat flour that you have or oats in whatever form that you have. You can use that as a thickener. Add a tablespoon or two to your food toward the end of its cooking. You can do it while it's cooking or toward the end of it, but you want to make sure you allow about 5 to 10 minutes for it to do its magic. Now, when you're short on time in the morning, yet you want to be able to eat breakfast, you can make a bowl of overnight oats just by soaking some oats either in milk or water overnight in the refrigerator. Add whatever you want. There's all kinds of recipes online for overnight oats. You can have a variety of overnight oats. It's something different every night of the week if you want. And that would be just a breakfast ready to go when you are. How about adding some oats to your favorite smoothie? That'll thicken it up and add a richness to it and a great nutrient boost and a flavor enhancer as well. Oats can be used to bind together the ingredients of veggie burgers or veggie patties that of some sort, whatever sort you've got. So if you find that you've got vegetable patty and it doesn't seem to hold together very well, you can add some oats in there and some liquid, and they'll work some magic on binding everything together. If you like homemade granola or granola bars, oats are often a staple ingredient and a foundation ingredient for those things. So try making your own sometime. They're really good. Now, most of us have made graham cracker crusts for tarts or cheesecakes or something like that. You can also use oats in place of the graham crackers when you're making a crust like that. How about making your own oat milk? And there's a variety of ways you can do this, but one way is just to add 1 cup of oats into a blender with anywhere from 2.5 cups of water to 4 cups of water, depending upon how thick you want it. Process it, and don't process it too long. It'll happen pretty quickly. And then you can strain it, or you can drink it just like it is with the oats in there, and that'll add it more nutritional benefit to it as well, to the oats, and a thickener along the way. You can sweeten it too if you want to, add a little bit of vanilla to it and make it your way. Now, if you elect to strain out your homemade oat milk, you can use that pulp in veggie patties, you can use it in meatloaves, baked goods, smoothies, pancakes, or any other way that you can think of that you can sneak it into food. I kind of hate to see you throw that in the garbage because it's something that's got a lot of goodness to it. Now, when you have a recipe that calls for either old-fashioned oats and you have quick cooking oats, the two are interchangeable. So if you don't have old-fashioned but you have quick cooking, you could use that. Or vice versa, if you have quick cooking and it calls for old-fashioned, chances are you can interchange those two anyway in any recipe. However, if you have instant oats on hand, they are not included in the mix. They are not interchangeable with rolled oats or quick cooking oats, because instant oats have already been cooked and then dried back out. So they're going to cook up differently at a different rate. So the instant oats are not interchangeable, whereas rolled oats and quick cooking oats are. When you're making a yeast bread, you could substitute up to about 25% of oat flour in place of the wheat flour. You cannot make a yeast bread with 100% oat flour because the yeast does need the gluten in order to rise, and it will be if you attempt it, you're going to have an extremely dense, heavy bread that's flat, that didn't rise, and it's going to feel like a brick in your stomach. So if you want to include oats in a yeast bread, only substitute up to about 25% of the flour with oat flour, and hopefully the recipe will work out all right for you. Well, let me know if you have other ways that you enjoy oats and quick tips that you can share with others. This is Judi at Judi in the Kitchen. Bye for now.